Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you've been here before, thank you for your love and support, and if you're new here, you're welcome. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you all. In today's video, I'll be making the Nigerian meat pie. I'm baking it in an air fryer. I'll be using the Tower 5-in-1 digital air fryer. To make this delicious meat pie with a buttery pastry and a minced meat filling, you will need the following ingredients: 500 grams of plain flour, 250 grams of butter, 300 grams of minced meat, 2 medium-sized carrots, 2 medium-sized potato and 1 onion, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, Maggi seasoning, curry powder, mixed spice, and some plain flour. You would also need some kitchen utensils like this. To make the pastry, sieve the plain flour into a mixing bowl, adding the baking powder, the salt, and the sugar, and mix together thoroughly using a whisk. Now adding the butter. It's very advisable to use cold butter. This is quite warm, but it's best to use cold butter so that you can have a very flaky pastry. Divide the butter into small pieces and mix in well with the flour and other dry ingredients. Using your fingers, carefully mix the flour and the butter together until it is well combined and your mixture looks like breadcrumbs. In a small bowl, break 2 of the eggs and whisk together. Now to add the egg to the pastry mixture, create a hole in the middle of the flour mixture and add the eggs. Mix together using a fork to combine the flour mixture and the beaten egg together. Now using your hands, mix the egg and the dry ingredients together until it is well combined. To reduce the stickiness of the mixture, add in some flour and mix it together. Add more flour if needed until all the flour is no longer visible and knead well together. Try not to over knead the dough, but make sure the flour and the dough is well combined and it should come together and look like this. Cover the dough and refrigerate for a while we move on to making the minced meat filling. To make the minced meat filling, peel the carrot and the potato and cut them into small cubes. Cut the potato into small cubes, but make sure the cubes are not too small so that it doesn't go mushy when it's being cooked. Also slice the onions and set aside. These are the diced carrots, diced potatoes and diced onions ready for use. Place a frying pan or a wok on the cooker and add the minced meat. No oil is needed for this, as the oil from the minced meat is enough to cook the vegetables. Continuously mix the minced meat until it is well cooked and no longer bloody. It should look brown when it's completely cooked. To the cooked minced meat, add in the onions and stir together. Ensure the onions is well cooked, then season the mixture to taste. Add some salt, Maggi seasoning, curry powder, and the mixed spice. Mix the minced meat and all the seasoning together and allow to cook properly. Now add in the diced potatoes and mix together properly. Add in the diced carrot and mix together properly. Stir this mixture together properly and allow it to fry for a while. Then add some water to cook further. Add a small amount of water at a time so that the vegetables does not go mushy. Cover this mixture and allow to cook together for like 2 to 3 minutes. Give the mixture a quick stir and allow it to cook further for a few minutes. The vegetables will still cook further in the air fryer, so you do not need to add too much water to cook it now. To get a very moist filling, mix a little bit of flour in a small bowl with water. Continue mixing the flour and the water together until you get a smooth mixture like this. Add this flour and water mixture into the minced meat and allow to cook further for a few minutes. Lower the heat and continuously stir this mixture and add some water if need be. Once all the moisture in the minced meat mixture is dried up, it is ready to be used in filling the pastry. So to make the meat pie, we've got the pastry that's chilled in the refrigerator for a while. the minced meat, 1 egg, some flour, rolling pin and rolling mat, and some kitchen utensils. The pastry, you can use a regular cutter, but this is too small for what I need it for, so I'm going to use the cover of a small pot. A small dish would also work. To roll the pastry, sprinkle some flour on the rolling mat and knead the pastry for a few minutes. Divide into 4 portions so that you can work with small piece at a time. Work on 1 portion and return the remaining portions into the mixing bowl. Now to cut out the pastry for the meat pie. Sprinkle a small amount of flour on the rolling mat and roll out the pastry dough using the rolling pin. Once you get to the desired thickness, use the cutter. In this case, I'm using the cover of a small pot to cut out a circular shape of the pastry. Remove the excess dough around the pastry and then you have your round circular pastry dough. Whisk the egg together and apply it to half of the edge of the pastry dough. Place a spoonful of the minced meat mixture into the middle of the pastry dough and fold the edges of the pastry dough together to seal in the minced meat mixture. To further seal the edges of the meat pie, press together using a fork like this. Repeat this process for all the pastry dough and the minced meat filling until all is used up. This is one of the racks of the air fryer and I was able to get 4 of the meat pies onto one tray. Using a fork, carefully poke some holes into the meat pie. This is to allow air to escape from the meat pie while cooking and prevent it from being soggy. Brush the whisked egg over the meat pie using a brush to give it a golden brown color when it is fully baked. I was able to get 12 meat pies from the recipe I used and this is what they looked like before baking. This is my Tower 5-in-1 digital air fryer oven. I have a review on this air fryer and I will link it up here so that you can have a look at it. To cook these meat pies, I set the temperature of the air fryer to 180 degrees to cook for 25 minutes. During the 25 minutes of cooking, I moved about the racks like twice to ensure the pies are all evenly cooked. Once the cooking time has elapsed, the air fryer gives off these beeping sounds to let you know that the cooking is completed. After about 25 minutes of cooking, I took the meat pies out of the air fryer and this is what they look like. And there we have it, how to make Nigerian meat pie using the Tower 5-in-1 digital air fryer oven. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. Thank you very much for your time and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.